What is up, people? Cheers, cheers. Hello, hello, interwebs. Good morning. What's that behind me? What am I looking at here? What are you guys looking at? Let's see. Let's move that. Okay, that's gonna make me feel a lot better. Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? Hey, cheers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time of day it is. Welcome back to the crypto live stream. That's right. We're doing the crypto live today a little bit late. I had some work I had to do, had some running around I got to do. That's right. I finished that new intro. What's up? What's up, fam? How are you guys feeling today? What's up, Jake? My man, Jake is in the house. Jake, what's up? Cheers. Sean, dude, what's up, Sean? We were just talking about hot a second ago. Sean and I were in the zoo throwing down some hot knowledge. We're getting hot with our knowledge. We're gonna talk about that maybe a little bit today. So the whole stream setup is gonna be a little bit different. Where I dropped an edit last night, so the edit is gonna have a majority of the actual news in there and the actual updates or opinions about that, and then we can just discuss things with you guys as we talk about all the possibilities, etc. What's going on out there. Some things that I wanted to cover right off the bat. We're going to talk about the government shutdown. We're going to talk about what that means. Is there an orchestrated plan for the launch of some kind of global network? Is it correlated to the shutdown? Is there some things to talk about with Thailand and Tron? And we've got some, we're going to talk about HOT again, like we said, for a minute. We're going to holler at HOT for a jiffy. I think that honestly the video yesterday is a really good video talking about the 200 partners. I went through and talked about that. I put up 2 videos actually after I finished work yesterday, after I finished doing my work. And you know what? I probably should have done more work stuff, but I decided like I want to crank out. I was finishing that edit, the MGTOW one. If it's on the channel, the men go their own way. I was working on that. I decided to finish that first, and then I dropped out the 200 partner video. My opinion about that. What does that mean? What does that look like for the token? What does that look like for the network, etc., etc. So cheers. Thanks, guys. Sean and Big John, Ahmed, Chelly, Fire, David, what's up? Afti, Great Pate, what's up? Ed Valley, yo, Dazam knows how to pick an avocado. If you guys are wondering how to pick an avocado, Dazam's got you guys locked in. She's ready to tell you how to do it. Love the new intro. Thank you so much. Hey, Anthony Jackson, cheers. Good to see you, brother. Hit that like button on the way in. Yeah, thank you so much. Remind everyone to hit that like button. I appreciate it. Yo, give me some love. Yeah, smash the like button. What is up, Clara T? Hello. Snowden, whoa, late, got lost in banana section. That video was fun to do. I had a couple people make comments like, please don't do this anymore. Please don't do any more videos like this. But honestly, I think that we're just going to do whatever we want because we're going to do what we want. Doing what I want. So anyway, happy to be here. Happy to do the live streams in the morning. I think I might be, unless the live streams are like really, really, really exciting, I think I'm going to start deleting live streams or they're not going to go to the channel. They're only going to be live when I'm live. So if you guys show up, you get to benefit from it. If you're here, we get to be here. If you miss it, then you got to watch the edits and you got to come back next live stream and hope you can ask some questions or figure it out. So I'm going my own way. Totally. I prefer your image on the right-hand side. You know what? That's gonna be something that we'll have to put up to debate. This channel is all about decentralization. So I think honestly, we can do whatever you want. If you want me to be on the right side, baby, you tell me what you want. You want it on the right side? I'll be on the right side. You mean like this way? Should I spin this way? Should I spin this way? What are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? You gonna eat your cornbread? That was just I didn't mean it. Whoa, late, got lost in the banana section. I read that one. Cheers. What's up, Hattie Clara? Cheers. Henrik, my man, what's up? Smash the likes, guys, on the way in. Kick boy, what up, Kick boy? How are you? 4 a.m. in Australia, and you're Batman. Well, that sounds jiffy. Good morning. What's up? What's up, Bones? What's up, everybody? So much to talk about, so much to think about, so much to be grateful for, so much to be excited about out here. We have a lot of really good things to talk about. The video we did yesterday, the 200 partner video, feels really good. It just felt good. I did throw some skepticism around, but that's just because it's got to be said. It got to throw some things out there that are to be honest and truthful, but also looking at the really, really good indicators of what's happening inside the first week of the year. You got to be really excited about that. So good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. What up? What up? Hello, hello. First on the docket today, the thing I just kind of personally wanted to talk about for a minute, and I don't even know if I set the screen up yet, so it might not be in the it's not there. Let me put this up. There's the dashboard, and there's the shutdown. I was thinking about this, and I'm kind of just like, I'm not sure, but you have to recognize whenever, especially with legislation being pushed through, they always bundle legislation up into bills that are enticing, to pass, and they usually slip in little things that no one pays attention to. And that's okay. It's just the way it goes. I was thinking this morning that possibly we might be in the developmental phase of a massive movement of legislation that goes through for clarity for this network, but it's going to be bundled to this whole public drama that's happening right now with the wall and the government shutdown, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not the most knowledgeable about what's actually being discussed as far as the updates for the government shutdown, but I will say it is very common. That's funny. I'll get back to you, Anthony Jackson, and we'll talk about that. It's very common for them to push legislation through in a big bundle, like a big packet of updates, and that to me means that we could be experiencing something exciting. Maybe they're pushing and sneaking through some support for this paradigm shift of digital currencies, and I just think that obviously that's not going to be in the discussion of the news. They're not going to really talk about that very much. There's just back and forth talk about the government shutdown and what's happening with their lack of forward progress. But I think honestly, this is possible. I think this is really possible to think about them having something that goes hiding some crypto updates and legislation in this bill. That's totally what I'm talking about. Bones, thank you so much for using brevity, for being concise. Cheers. Yeah. So I want to talk about that for a little bit. Before we do that, Anthony Jackson just said, so the Amazon JP Morgan news I was excited about as FOMO got busted by Alex Cobb. I did not get to watch Alex Cobb yesterday, but I bet you he did a great job. He's a smart cookie, that one. And I'm sure he dropped the news. He dropped the real legit breakdown. I'd love to hear Anthony Jackson what exactly was said or what he busted exactly. Again, I think that there's a lot of potential chances for people to be exaggerating or perpetuating an article over and over again that maybe benefits them for more clicks or for more interest. And so that seems like a very big challenge right now. I'd love to hear more about that. So Diane, what's up? Cheers. Thanks for joining. Diane TK Moondog says, hey bro, you need to move your camera display to the right. It sucks on the left. That's the second person to say that. You guys like me on the right. You guys really like me on the right. The problem with me being on the right is now I could do that right now. I could do that right now if you guys want, since we have two people calling out for this display move. Let me see. I got this one right here. I could move this. I could move myself. I could make myself on the right now. There you go. There you go. I could put where's the overlay for the tip bot? Thank you guys so much for the tip bots too. I think I saw a couple people sending me tips yesterday. I'm going to put the tip bot over my face. Perfect. I don't need to be right there. What is right there whenever I'm not there? Let's see. Let's take the video capture. Which one's me? That one? Let's take that and bring it over here too. The problem with this is that now it's like, there we go. How's that? I gotta scoot. Wait, which one am I scooting? Kind of backwards feeling. Okay, that's a little bit weird. All right. It's a little bit weird, but this is the way you like it. Fine. Fine. How's that? Right there. Boom. Fixed. How easy is that? Which arm's out? This. Which arm am I gesturing with now? Yo, what's up? Which way am I looking? I don't even know where the camera is. Okay, this is a weird setup. Anyway, there you go. Fix that for you guys. What's going on? What's going on other than that? Sorry, bro. Don't want to be an ass, but it's easier for your viewers. No, dude, it's totally cool. You guys, you know what? I'm all about working with you guys. I want it to be a fun experience for everybody. So if you guys like it over here, this is where I am. No big deal. And look, the Tipbot has its own little black window over there. That's kind of cool. Cheers. Hey, thank you, Chellfire. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the 2 XRP that you just sent me on the Tipbot. Cheers. You're a sweetheart. Chellfire, also, I just saw that you have a channel. I'm going to go subscribe to your channel after this, if that's okay with you. I didn't know. Sometimes I don't know if people want me to subscribe to their channel or not, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to subscribe to that channel. I expect some YouTube videos, though. I want to see some content. I want to see some posts. Morning. Good morning, everyone. What's up? What's up? Anthony Jackson said to Bones, hey, yo, Bones. What's up, some real guy? What's up, Miyagi? Good to see you guys. Bones. Anthony Jackson says to Bones, ADA is going to be the new percentage majority of my bag, not selling XRP, but changing over to ADA. Too much hype around XRP, trying to make it do well. Honestly, I think that both ADA and XRP are really solid choices. If you look at the function of their tokens and the micro transaction efficiency, I've been a big ADA supporter from day one, XRP supporter from day 2, and I've just recently come back around to Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of the other coins because I really think that that's what this global network will do, is provide utility for Bitcoin and Ethereum, etc. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much for the 1XRP. Cheers, dude. I really appreciate it. You guys are too sweet. You guys are too sweet. Happy to do this. I'm gonna probably take back this time, I think. Or maybe I'll be doing earlier, depends. It just might be like up and down depending on the day and what my schedule looks like. But I want to talk more about this government shutdown and what you guys think. Honestly, I'd love to know your opinion about the possibility of sneaking some kind of crypto clarity through on this bill, just kind of putting it on the back page and no one really talking too much about it until after the fact. That seems possible. It seems really possible to me. So let's see. I got XRP Thouso Bones, our boy Bones, saying what's up to people. Hello, hello, everybody. Ed Valleys is saying too many whales for XRP to explode. So many coins. Until the whales cash out the billions they're holding, the price will never even reach $1. I believe maybe 2 years. What are your thoughts, KFN? That's a really good question, and I think that you are right that in the market right now, where we are right now with the speculative investment phase and with the lack of utility, that there's a good chance that every time we see a good bull run, people will be taking money off the table, especially if they're people that got in at 0.000 something. Then there's a reality that it's all gains for them. Again, this is one of the beautiful things and one of the challenges for coded store of value is that it is literally a fixed supply coded currency, and if everybody cashes out, it totally drops. If everybody buys in, it totally runs up, and it's really just the basics of supply and demand. If the banks are still not using it, if they're not buying it, especially if they're not buying it on the retail side, or if they're not utilizing the open ledger for transactions, then there's a real possibility that you will see a lot of cycles of people buying up to a certain point or creating, a demand, and then people will be taking money off the table. Again, that's the beauty of the market in a sense, is that everyone's up to their own free choice, their free will to do that as they see fit. And we have to recognize that there are a lot of OGs in the space that hold big bags. Honestly, if you think about the very general metrics of if you're buying in or out or day trading or whether you're long-term holding, it really comes down to their individual ethos for the project. Are they looking at short-term gains because they're a trader? Are they looking at short-term profits because they're really just in it for a quick buck now? Or do they really look at the technology? Do they look at the network? And do they understand the long-term function of the utility of the token? And if so, they're more likely to hold long-term. Even if they do play up and down on the market, there's a very real chance that they are looking to make a consistent accumulation instead of a consistent let go. So I respect and agree with you that there is a big chance it'll be hard to stay above $1, especially with Bitcoin down as much as it is, unless we see a lot of volume and utility. Again, we don't know. These banks that went live are going live. The video we talked about yesterday, the 200 partners, the video is in the description, and it's pretty lit. I gotta say, it was a little bit just me kind of going ham on the whole network and the partners. You got to look at the corridors. You got to look at the threats basically of the regulators who've been saying, like, even individuals that launch apps on these blockchains, if they don't have clarity yet, they could risk penalties. And so that kind of scares a lot of people. I think a lot of people are really reluctant to maybe take that seriously, or to take the space seriously, or to invest time and money into it until they know that they're not going to be scrutinized by legislation or by financial or even by legal penalties. So it's a good question, Eddie. I really appreciate it. What's up, T-Woom? Yo. What's up, guys? How are you? Sorry, don't want to be an ass. No, you're not an ass. I already read that, though. Cheers. See, XRP's King Daddy all day. ADA's good. Tron's good. I still hold 98% XRP. So Bones is dropping his portfolio on us. Bones is a smart guy, and Bones knows what's up. For sure, I think a lot of people are still really aware of the possibilities of XRP as a really strong runner for this year's gains. That's why I made that video. Is ADA going to outperform XRP? Because that's a huge statement. If ADA could even come close to the performance that we expect from XRP when utility comes through the network, that's a huge statement. And I kind of made that video a little bit clickbaitish because I think a lot of you guys know that's probably not going to happen, and unless something really big happens around some FOMO for ADA, or maybe the Shelly release comes through. The Shelly release, hey, what's up? Thanks for subscribing, Clayton. The Shelly release comes through and they have the proof of stake algorithm update go through. That could be a big catalyst for some movement, but you can't expect necessarily anything too substantial for gains unless some huge changes happen. So either like a catalyst from clarity, or catalyst from utility and volume, or Bitcoin itself being able to be utilized again because the ILP offers its to have efficiency again in higher costs. So if Bitcoin runs back up to 20K, in fact, shout out to my new friend this morning. I was chatting with someone and she was like, oh yeah, cryptocurrencies, what's that big one? Like, she didn't even know the name of Bitcoin. And she was like, yeah, I remember last year for 3 weeks, everybody was talking about it. And then now nobody talks about it. And I realized that's kind of the general consensus for most people, is that it had a phase last year where it had a huge run up and it then just got forgotten about. No one's talking about it. If you go look, like we looked yesterday, we probably don't need to look at it again. We looked yesterday at the trends report on Google. The trends report on Google shows very clearly the interest of the market is directly tied to the price. It's like the exact same graph. So if you're thinking, oh man, you know, like I wonder what's going to happen in the next bull run. I used to say I thought the next bull run would highlight the inefficiencies of Bitcoin because it doesn't have the ability to be functioning at that cost. But honestly, I think now that they're going to be pairing all these together into a useful global liquidity network that uses the ILP. And that's kind of like something that we could bridge into talking about HOT or Holo with. But the ILP with Bitcoin and XRP together creates a really unique use case for liquidity, and it actually creates a utility in Bitcoin again. So maybe they can actually function at their higher price point again. So $20,000 Bitcoin actually could be useful this time instead of last year when it happened. Everyone that was in it, like people were talking about it that weren't even in it. They were like, yeah, you hear about that 20K Bitcoin? Cool. That sounds good, man. Good stuff. But if you were actually in Bitcoin, like my friend and I were trying to send each other like $5 worth of Bitcoin at that time last year. We were laughing about like, I'm not going to send you this $5, bro, because it's going to cost me $7. Like, I'm not going to send you this $3 in Bitcoin right now to it's like a gesture, just like a gesture we would make back and forth when one of us like offered something to the other one in a sense. But It was safety meetings, okay? It was a bunch of safety meetings, and we were like, "All right, I got you, bro. I'm gonna send you $3 on in Bitcoin." And the problem is that like it just doesn't work. It doesn't work efficiently at that high price point. So I kind of started to think today that there's something going on with this government shutdown and the fact that maybe we're looking at the possibility of legislation being pushed through that we're not even seeing a discussion about, but it will be attached to this bill, and it might end up going through sometime soon when this all. The whole rope-a-dope, the whole dance, the whole political dance is usually not really what's happening. So they're probably doing a good job of like keeping us distracted with the wall and the back and forth. But they're probably working on something a little bit bigger. This is probably like been the longest government shutdown I think I've ever seen. So maybe it's just Trump's reluctance to like be in discussions, or maybe there's actually something really happening that we need to maybe be anticipating. So cheers. That's a really good question. That's a really good comment. I appreciate it. Anthony Jackson says 100% agree. I was pumping it as news just because she wrote it. Who writes an article but XRP changes direction to BTC? Can you move the windows? I just moved the window, I thought. Didn't I move the window? I thought it was good now. You asked for this the other day and you got told tough luck. David D, it's because you asked that we did this, okay? We literally said, all right, enough people have asked, we're going to do this just for you guys. So David D, you were part of the you're part of the reason that we moved. So Mike Smith, my man, good to see you, dude. Hey, any chance of getting your wrench, bro? I'll throw the wrench at you all day, bro. You want a wrench? I'll throw the wrench at you. Mike wants his wrench back. Okay, I'll have to click back to the other screen because I'm actually doing the stream a little bit different. I set the whole thing up different today. I'll click over there and get you your wrench, bro. Don't worry, Mike. I got you. Can't see from your left shoulder. Yeah, you can't see my left shoulder. That's totally true. I don't know I don't know what to tell you about that. You need to see my left shoulder? I mean, you want to see the shoulder? How about that? How about that? Should I scoot over this way? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. Hey, Bones, what's up? What's up? No, I like the left side. You know what, guys? Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Good thing you have Coil so I can give you every time. Yeah, thank you guys so much that you guys are Coil contributors. I really appreciate it. The other day we were on the zoo and I was talking to them about their Coil just got set up and they're excited about it. And I looked at mine randomly before we went live and I was like, whoa, wow, thank you so much. I just got like literally coiled out. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Your Coil supporters. I appreciate you guys. If you guys don't know about Coil and if you are a content creator especially if you're a content creator that talks about XRP at all, you should definitely go to coil.com and sign up and use the XRP tip bot to get your ILP connector and get yourself set up on Coil right away. If you are a XRP enthusiast or just a geek, or if you're a nerd, if you're thinking about the next tier or the next development of web monetization, especially looking at like how false the metrics are around ads right now, I think something like Coil, I think that's new web monetization project is going to be really big moving forward. So I would encourage anyone to go jump on that and support that project as well. That would mean a lot. It just means a lot to be part of the ecosystem. It's a good move. Let's see. No, I like this side. All right, cheers. Wish Coil would take new peeps. I think Coil just opened up to new peeps. They should be sending out emails. And if you guys didn't get your email, maybe go sign up again or go see go check your spam box or go check your inbox again and see if it came through, because I think they just let a bunch more people into Coil. So that could be something you could check on today if you like. Yes, please smash the likes. I really appreciate it. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. I'm with Anthony Jackson. Before it was better. This is weird. All right, guys, look. We're gonna roll with it for now. We might move it back if this is gonna be like a make or break it for you. You were added 3 days ago. Very cool. So Ivo just said that he was just added. So if you guys are thinking about where's your Coil invite, it should be in your inbox somewhere. Thanks. I've never put any videos up though. You know what? I still want to support your channel. I'm still supporting your channel. David D, snowball effect, wrench, ADA price down. I don't see it happening anymore. says Mr. JT. I think you have to recognize that right now. Let's go look at the price of these coins. Let's move on to some other news really quick, or not really news, but just kind of just general discussion of what's happening. It's kind of like news. It's, you know what, guys? It's news. You like that? You like that new Kungfu news? Dun dun dun. That shit makes me laugh, bro. Oh, it's so funny. Okay. I told Sean that we could talk about HOT for a second, mainly because Sean's so knowledgeable about it. I think he might be around still. Actually, I think he's actually working, so he can't contribute to the chat. But I was chatting with him a second ago about HOT. I know Kickboy was asking about HOT and Holo and the project, and I was a little bit intrigued by how interested everyone is to do a little bit of research myself about the project. Again, I am not the most knowledgeable about this coin, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but I think that if you look at the project, if you look at the project itself, it's basically a unique. It's kind of like if you think about, if you know very much about the ILP and the UNL, it's like a unique protocol, I would say framework, basically, for people to utilize interoperability and launch dApps. And you know, I think it has a really good potential, and I think people are excited about it because you can get so many for so cheap. But there's also the bigger question for me is how. And I think that if you launch, I think if we watched that video that Sean put up, if you look at the way it works, you can get basically incentivized to be part of their ecosystem. Like if you launch a dApp, then you get some HOT or Holo. I'm not sure, HOT or Holo back. I don't know if you actually need the token to be part of their network, though. And that seems kind of like one of those integral things. Like if you have a token built, you got to look at what is it going to do and why would people use it and spend it. So if people are just earning the token from launching dApps, then potentially, I don't know how big an earner it could be. It could be utilized for something else. It could be utilized specifically on the network for some type of utility. But the way it works right now is basically it's very individualized. So each of the nodes themselves can be individualized for a specific function to launch these dApps, and they don't necessarily, they can be private, they don't have to be open, they can be you know, a connection of multiple systems interoperably working together, or it can be kind of like isolated and lagooned off. So I think there's a lot of possibilities inside that framework for what people could do. And again, to me, it seems like it's another variation, kind of like a token specific variation of an ILP and UNL function. And the bigger question for me is, like, if I produce dApps, if I'm a coder and I write a dApp and I put it on there, if I'm being incentivized to launch dApps on their network and I'm being paid in Holo or HOT, I don't even know, if I'm being paid in those tokens, but I don't have an expectation of the token being utilized for something else, then I'm probably going to sell it as soon as I get it. I'm probably going to keep selling it back to the market. And I'm not sure what other use case it has. I'm not sure if, like, the token itself needs to be used in the network in any way. So that's something that I want to look at more, and I'm going to talk about more probably in the future. And I want to shout out Sean for doing a little bit of research and dropping some information on me and keeping me interested at least enough to do more research about that. So that's what's up for that. I think what did we segue to? We were talking about something else. ADA. Oh yeah. So someone said, I think ADA's done. And I was like, you know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. There's Holo doing some pretty good volume, I guess, down here. Holo. It's up 36%. That's why people are probably talking about it right now. It's up 36%. Ziliqua's up 11%. If you ever go look at change by 24 hours, you can see kind of like what's popular right now. Inside 24 hours, IOST, Chainlink, Neo, Zilliqa, PundiX, and Holo. We've talked about all these coins in the past, in a sense. Binance Coin up 10%. Ontology up, Tron up. So we've talked about a lot of these coins in the past kind of generally and loosely, but I'm thinking I'm going to start getting back into doing token breakdowns for multiple coins like that. I know that for a long time we were all kind of just like really tunnel visioned on XRP, but I think we're going to start breaking away from our XRP specific focus and looking at the more the diverse ecosystem around the tokens, and also just breaking down general things. Like I want to do a Binance video where we talk about Binance, because there's some Binance updates that are kind of cool, and different things like that. So good stuff. Cheers. I appreciate you all. Let's see. ADA price going down, don't see it happening. That's what I was going to reference and talk about. So right now, if you're thinking that you are going to be able to grade, basically, if you take, this is like one of those things that I talk about all the time. If you look at a metric and you're measuring it with like a specific ruler or a specific parameter, let's use this as a great example. Let's go to XRP right now. Let's look at XRP right now. So if I look at XRP's growth inside of the day, you know, what am I looking at? You know, we got from 36 cents to 36 cents. That's inside the day. So that's kind of, you know, that's some percentage. If that's a percentage of growth or loss. If I look at XRP in the week, 37 cents to 36 cents. Okay, it's down a little bit. So if I go to the month, okay, 31 cents to 36 cents. Okay, so it's up a little bit now. It's up. Interesting. Okay, what about 3 months? If I go look at the 3-month chart, let's see. There's 47 cents down to 37 cents. So I lost value. I lost value in that parameter. Inside the year, 230 to 36 cents. So yeah, that's not a year, is it? What is this? This is some whack metrics. My real point is, what I'm saying is that every time you move the measurement, if you move the metric in which you're measuring something, then it looks different. The projection looks different. And the problem with crypto right now is that everyone's just taking some specific snapshot and they're using that to project prices into the future. The thing about that is that if you recognize that there's no real utility in the network, like we talk about how these are all ships just built, sitting in the port, waiting to be launched to the ocean with their utility and their actual function. If you look at the market like that, then you realize that you can skew the projections of what's going to happen by moving the way you measure them. And so if you expect like, well, I'm expecting, you know, like I'm going to change my support for this token because I just looked at this metric and it projects not as much gains as I expected. The problem with that logic is that right now the entire market is ruled entirely by speculation and by momentum and by social cues. So that's a big flaw to try to recognize where value is going to go. If you're looking at something and just changing the way you measure it each time, the projection of value changes, especially because we've seen that there's falsified volume, there's wash trading, there's metrics that aren't really very trustworthy coming through. Yesterday in the video, I was putting up that Ripple XRP 200 partner video, and I recognized that XRP charts has different volume than Forbes Crypto, that has different volume for XRP, that has also different volume is on CoinMarketCap. So if you look at all these misrepresentations of data and then you're trying to trust them, like if you're into data aggregation, if you're into data in a sense and you think like you're going to be able to trust these metrics, that's really, really challenging because you're just projecting the most recent short parameter forward, and that's not very truthful. That's not very good projection. And so because there's no real utility and there's no real functioning volume, then we don't really know what that means, in my opinion. So yeah, you could say ADA's down a little bit and you think it's not going to happen, but maybe it's just because you're measuring it with a very specific short-sighted measurement tool. And that's, again, you can change the way you measure something, and it changes what your measurements are. So that's a good thing. Good thing. Good chat. Good chat. Agreed. Enormous sell pressure. I don't know what Bones is talking about. If that was the case, it would never hit 350. Bones, I'm not sure if I saw the top of that comment or where it came from. Meowgi just gave Mike Smith his wrench. We might have another BTC crash that can take alt with it. I was thinking about this yesterday too, and I called this out in the Zoo chat. I said, I'm calling bear market continues. I'm not a financial advisor. I should have said that at the very beginning of the video. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a fiduciary. I'm not doing anything other than just sharing information that I enjoy looking at myself. And I think, honestly, the entire market could have a continual decline, especially if we lack the catalyst or the clarity to see some positive movement. We might have another month, another week, another 6 months, I don't know, of continual decline specifically because, again, if you look at the interest in the market right now, there's not a lot of interest unless you're a developer or unless you're a business looking to stay on the cutting edge of innovation and it's somehow integral to your business structure. A lot of people are, other than that, are not interested in cryptocurrencies right now. They're probably so bored with unless you're like talking about some crazy cartoons, then you're probably gonna be like boring people out of the chat, boring people out of the room. So you got to recognize that the possibility of us having a continued bear market for a little bit longer is a big possibility in my mind as well. And I would expect that if you are interested in the conversation right now, if you've been in this conversation for over a year and you're still looking at this technology and wondering how is it going to be used and what it will be used for and where is it going to go, I think a continued bear market could be really solid. I think it could give us a better position to find lower support levels and get better positions in the market if you are still believing and understanding this technology's possibilities moving forward. Are you a dreamer? Do you have hope? Do you understand these changes as they're coming about, as they're taking these forward steps into this next paradigm shift of a cashless society? You know, how long can you can throw together a stable coin, sure, and like call it a put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. You know what I mean? Like stable coins are not going to be able to stand around the test of time in my mind. So apparently ADA's getting Ledger support, so that'd be cool. So Shelly staking and Ledger support coming through for ADA, that'd be great. I appreciate that. There will be nothing bill related to crypto. We are way too early to see it. Government shutdown unrelated. Nothing will be snuck in. Big banks have too much power, says David D. I appreciate you listening and joining the conversation. Thank you, David D, for your insight and for your feedback on that idea. Sketch 1, do you subscribe to two separate market theory with XRP, retail versus institutional? Sketch 1 is asking the real questions, the big questions. As far as my understanding about this system is that you cannot... even though we go look at XRP charts and it says ledger payment volume and trade volume, my understanding is that it's all on the same ledger. I don't think you can separate it out. There might be something about the code or about the implementation of the corridors that maybe needs to be researched more to kind of verify and validate that. I'm pretty sure there's no way for them to keep these separate ledgers in the same ledger. That's not how it works. I believe XRPL, as the root open permissionless ledger for these systems, has a very unique way of offering this utility, but not necessarily offering split ledgers. So the two separate market theory is interesting because I think people are, maybe there's a confusion about like the metrics that we're presented with, and maybe there's some discussions and confusion about what data should be let out right now to the retail market based off of NDAs and what those the legality of the NDA disclosure might mean something along the lines of maybe there's a falsification of volume, maybe the metrics themselves are not being reported clearly enough for us even to get the correct data about what's happening here. A lot of big questions, but I'm pretty sure you cannot do separate markets on the same ledger. Now, that's again something that I'll have to look at more and think about, and I'll run it through some of my coder friends, and I'll look at some of the codes and stuff that, from my best understanding, means that you, again, do not have that option on XRPL. I know people are speculating that. I think that's just a way for people to kind of like fluff up this idea that there's like a hidden price or something. And I think, honestly, a lot of that conversation comes from people lacking the understanding of how the network actually functions and how over-the-counter or black market exchanges actually work and what retail exchanges are actually being facilitated for inside the corridor. So again, these are really big questions, and that's a really good question, Scourge. Really solid question. I appreciate you for chiming in and asking that. And that's something that even I am like happy to learn more about and discuss openly as I do. And my best understanding right now is that no, there is not a separate ledger. It's the same ledger. Smash that like button. Thank you guys for the support. Jack Levy, I appreciate the reminder, man. Everybody smash the like button and hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell. If you guys really appreciate my videos, it really means a lot, and I appreciate it. Cheers. So what's next? What's next? They have to be able to test their stuff, so there needs to be a second market. So Jack Levy's disagreeing with me, and he says that he thinks that there is actually a separate ledger for them to test their volume on. And I can respect that you think that's a possibility. I would only counter with the idea that if there's a test ledger, why would they go back to the original ledger? If there is a test ledger, like let's say they forked XRP silently, and they're using, the only way they could do that is if they made a complete separate ledger, right? It wouldn't be on XRPL anymore. It'd be like they forked XRPL with a specific unique node configuration, and that fork that they took off somewhere pretty privately could be used maybe for some stress testing. But if that is the case, then why would they come back to the public ledger? What are the incentives of using that one versus using the one that they are stress testing in a private network? And those are big questions to think about too. So if you want to stream that thought of consciousness further into what's possible with a dual market split for the ledger, it's not going to be on XRPL anymore. It would be a complete forked ledger that they pulled their own unique nodes to support, and we would not have access to it. And that would be a very disappointing move in my mind, because I don't see them coming back to the public ledger necessarily. And I could be wrong about that, but I'd love to have more information about that as well. Jack, if you have anything that you know or can throw at me to open up that conversation further, I'd be interested in it. Cheers. Actually, the author clarified she meant something else. Jose H2X is talking about the article, the JP Morgan and Amazon article that was being sent around yesterday for a moment. So cheers. I'm not sure. Anyone that's always chasing the next XRP, if I was y'all, I would buy the real deal XRP. Bones is basically making a reference to the fact that it seems like people have kind of lost hope with XRP, and that they're kind of shifting their focus to some other mirage currency. Like, I get it that you might think like, well, I don't know what XRP is doing, but I saw Paragon last week hit like $1 million run up, and I was like, I'm wondering when people were talking about Paragon if they realize how, if you launch a token, and this is kind of going back to maybe the private, if you go back to like the private ledger discussion and you talk about split ledgers with XRPL, if you recognize the possibility of, if you control the corridors inside the market for multiple exchanges, then you can kind of pump prices and like control prices in a sense. So, I mean, thinking about some of these coins, like small coins, you got to be really careful with some of these small coins that have only a few exchanges that they're opened up to the market with, because it gives them basically a manipulation control to pump up the price and then tank it on you. That's basically a pump and dump. So if I don't know, like I don't know about some of those coins. That's why I'm happy to talk about them. If we want to break down some more of the other coins that you guys are interested in, because you guys are losing hope in XRP, that's cool too. We can do that. I'm not trying to pigeonhole us into XRP. It's just been the highlight of the streams for a minute, because I think for a long time people were really misunderstanding how that technology is hyper efficient compared to other competing blockchains and other DLTs. And again, also, I think it's one of those things that there's enough FUD being sent out about XRP continuously that I feel like you could show up every day and talk about it in a positive light and embark, I don't know, share knowledge about it, and it would still be, you still have more to do always. Lunchtime, cheers, farewell, some real. Hello from India. What's up, Pradip? How are you? Is it true that we have to wait for the banks to join Ripple before they flip the switch, or do we see a rise in price? So Mishi XRPB, you should definitely watch the video in the description where I talk about that. I go into that specifically, talking about the 200 partners and the volume and the corridor and what the flip the switch actually means. I would recommend watching that video if you really want to know more about that. But in the video, to give you a too long didn't watch version of that video, there is multiple switches and multiple corridors, and each one has its own a prospective market share that it will acquire. I think I saw an article today on Smart Ethereum News talking about a $2 XRP based off of the $2 trillion remittance service payments in 2020, and if they take on only like 5% of that, market, they will have a $2 XRP. I'm not sure if they're basing that calculation off the price now or off the price back when we had the 4 billion in volume in the corridor, or if they're basing that price off of when we had Bitcoin support at 20K. So I'm not sure where they're getting that specific price from. And again, that's something that we keep kind of reminding everyone of, is that there's a lot of possibility that we don't know what the price will look like based off of where we are now, because we haven't seen the consistent volume and the consistent utility of the token for the network. So that's a good question. Cheers. Go watch that video, Mishi. Go watch the Mishi video, Mishi, and check out that. The edit is in the description, so tell me what you think about that. Leave a comment, and maybe we can talk about it tomorrow. We have some comments up on that from yesterday, and the comments up some videos the last few days, so we're going to look at that in a second. Chelly Fire, what's up? What's up? Ripple OG, Foo. I'm dropping a link. What's this link? Bank Innovation. I'm going to open this up in Safari. Bankinnovation.net. 10 different ways banking will be different in 2020. Mobile everything but same old bank. Number 1, banks absolve fintech startups. Number 2, all processes go digital. Number 3, I think banks disappear. That's kind of like paradoxical from the first one. Community banks will be a thing for communities. Staff shrinks and the shifts to IT, and it shifts to IT. Rise of the robots and APIs. Lower costs and less money in financial services, plus a lot more. So yeah, I agree with all those. That's a really good highlight. The biggest one, honestly, that I think people are under discussing is the rise of automation. Automation is going to be a big thing for this entire marketplace. So I'm excited to see what that means. Let me see if I can go, back to the chat where we were. Okay, cheers. That's a good article. Hopefully more clarity in February. Yeah, hopefully so, for sure. Where am I in the camera? Here we go. There we go. Here I am. All right. Let's see. Man, how far down in the chat? How far away in the chat I am? I thought I put you as a mod, Mike, and it doesn't show you as a mod right now. What's up, Mr. Pace? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What up? Didn't get notification. No big deal. You just gotta check the channel. I would assume Ripple and Amazon and Ripple have been working together for years, just in NDA. I would honestly, Bones, I think you might be spot on with that one, that there's a lot of probably discussions for some of these bigger institutions to look at how they can integrate to these networks. But for me, I think that the integration would probably pair through one of the consortiums, like one of the open protocol consortiums would probably be a bigger likelihood for them having direct relations with. I could be wrong. They could choose a specific cryptocurrency to highlight, but again, that would be an interesting arrangement and an interesting deal. I think that especially if you look at if you go to, like you're at the Forex office, or you go maybe choose somewhere that you want to exchange currency, you have a lot of options. I think Amazon and all those companies are going to recognize that they want to offer a lot of different options for payment processing, and that might fall into even a diverse crypto market for them. So cheers. That's a good question. Hey, what's up, Mr. Pace? How are you today? What is up, El Brando? Cheers. Mike, I swear I gave you it says you're a moderator on my thing. I don't know why it's not blue. Let's see. Could take years for them to say something. Might have a better chance of them passing laws that claim it instead of the SEC claiming it. Stuart Ross says war with China. I don't even know. I don't know what that yes. The longest in history was 21 days. What are you guys talking about? I think I missed this conversation. Let's see. The problem with the February thing, the real only thing to do with the ETF is they can say anything, but they could say nothing too and only talk ETF, which means nothing for us. So yeah, I think we've noticed that there is a continual moving goalpost for the arrival of the ETFs, and I think people are really excited about that as a catalyst for something in the market for XRP, but I think that the initial solution that they're pushing through is for ETFs on Bitcoin. And again, that might be one of the holdups, is that they realize Bitcoin's not microtransaction efficient. They need to pair it to XRP, or they need to pair it to a consortium like R3's or IBM's Hyperledger or ILP. And that again would be one of those big pushes, a big catalyst for institutional and legacy systems to be brought on board. Again, this is a lot of speculation and assumption about where we're headed, so you never know. Let's see. Swift still has a lot of banks. It's possible the switch could be flipped without those banks. Yeah, Swift does still have a lot of market. Swift does have a lot of market for sure. And I think that you got to recognize that they've made structural changes to really try to keep up with what they perceive to be an innovation that is threatening their business. That was one of the biggest indicators that XRP and Ripple are on a really good trajectory, is that Swift started responding and reacting to them approaching the acquisition of their market. So cheers. That's a really good thought, a really good comment there. Hello from India. What's up, man? How are you? I think Sean Schaefer is saying the longest in history was 21 days. Are you talking about the longest bull run? Are you talking about the longest? I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. You can check what bill in Congress at congress.gov. That's what I'm saying, though, is like they'll present the bill publicly and you can look through it for a while, and then like last minute they'll shove something into and they'll like make an amendment or change something at the last minute and shove in something that they want to push through that they're not making public, and then the bill has enough of support already to where it's going to go through and people are not going to review this other small change. That could be something as simple as nothing. It could be something as big as a lot of clarity for the crypto market. Snowman, my man, what's up, dude? I was just trying to message you back. Cheers. I wanted to definitely hit you back and see what you were suggesting or what you had an idea about, and definitely holler at me, man, if you have some feedback or if you have some insight to let me in on. I'd love to know more. Snowman, cheers. I appreciate you, dude. You know what? I think we've been in here for Snowman and for everyone else. We've been here for a minute. I'm gonna hit some hotkeys. I'm gonna hit a honky for you guys. Today feels like a regulator be like day, and I really like this one. Regulators be like.
Questions. Who are you?
I have told you.
Are you deaf?
No, you is blind.
I'm not blind. You blind.
That is what I just
That's
said.
what I'm asking you.
You just said what?
That's what I'm asking you.
I said you.
That's what I'm asking you.
Oh man, that's so good. I'm gonna play it again because it kind of got frozen.
Questions. Who are you?
I have
Who are
told you.
Are you deaf?
No, you is blind.
I'm not blind. You blind.
That is what I just said.
You just said what?
I did not say what. I said you.
That's what I'm asking you.
There we go. Cheers. Jack Levy's right too. The ETF was good for gold, but we don't really know what that means for crypto. I agree. Yo, what's up, XRP junkie? What's up, man? How are you? Cheers. Good to see you. Diane says, I'm grasping at straws. Live stream while handstanding, please. That's the next thing. I can handstand right now if you guys want. You might not be able to hear me very well. Please show both shoulders at the same time. I don't know what is up with the shoulders. What's up with the? I'm gonna put on a normal shirt if you guys don't calm yourselves down. Passing out wrenches like Oprah. You get a wrench, and you get a wrench, and you get a wrench. That's funny. David D, you're funny. Tron is booming. Let's see. Tron is booming for sure. Let's see. Snowman, I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna make you a mod. I mean, if you don't want to be one, let me know, and I'll unmod you. But I feel like you just got modded, bro. We're making mods for everybody. Mods for everybody. CP's asking about nudes. I'm gonna have to make a separate channel for that, bro. If you or girl, I don't know, bro or girl, I have no idea. If you want the nude photos, that's gonna be part of my cosplay exclusive package. So I'll keep you updated when I get really desperate. I'll keep you updated if I lose all my jobs and I'm on here. Just you'll know when the nude links go up. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. Cheers, Satoshi Nakafomo. Good to be back. Good to be back for sure. I'm feeling good about it. Yo. It's cloud storage for file blockchain, not sharding. I don't know what Bones is talking about. What token are you talking about, Bones? We get rich the times we need just to catch up. Cheers. Yeah. Did you hear the news? What news? What did I miss? Tell me more. Tell me everything you know. I'm happy to know more. I was just looking at the XRP. Whoa, no, I don't want to do that right now. Let's do this one. Let's do it that way. I'm not logging in right now. All right, let's look at XRP USD alts. TRX XRP got a couple of other pairs that are kind of fun, but we're gonna pull up the USD tether to XRP and look at it inside 5 minutes, nothing crazy. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, nothing crazy. 2 hours. Let's look at 4 hours. Nothing really good happening here. 12 hours. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. Let's see. Did you hear about this big news? I have been lost, so what did I miss? Lot of nothing. Good news on the rise. Good news, no rise. That's right. Yeah, good news, no rise. There you go. People in the space still don't realize how early we are as investors. Yeah, totally. I think that there's honestly a lot of the expectations for short-term movement are really just short-sighted and lack clarity for what's been happening. Let's see. I just pulled up this. I saw Ripple OG drop this link, so I was gonna pull it up. What is this? PWC. Financial Service Technology 2020 Beyond Embracing Disruption. This looks kind of cool. So Global Reports Financial Service Technology 2020 Beyond. We recognize that these financial services are being disrupted. This is kind of a cool little graph right here. FinTech will drive the new business model, and it says up to 28% of businesses are at risk by 2020. So literally recognizing that like we were saying in the zoo, and shout out to the zoo. Thanks for having me on. It was fun. Shout out to the zoo for saying for asking me about my speculation for 2019, and I called it a threshold year. I called it a threshold for us crossing into the next room in a sense, and I called out the Cube movie. We don't really know what room it is. The rooms could change, but right now it looks to me like a very solid, safe room that we're thresholding into. So cheers. This is a good article too. The 10 competitive technology driven influences for 2020. And again, one of the bigger things that I think people aren't recognizing is this one right here, number 4, digital becomes mainstream. And so everyone's reluctant right now to take digital currencies or digital financial systems as seriously as the legacy systems, but things will change. Things have to change because banks, again, are going to recognize that we're moving to cashless. I mean, nobody carries cash anymore. I was talking to my talking to my pops the other day, and he's like he runs vendor setups. He was at the Armadillo Bazaar running a vendor, and he was talking about how there's no cash anymore. No one brings cash. No one is carrying cash anymore. Everyone's using their cards, and eventually at some point you realize if it becomes a ease of use for like a low barrier of entry for digital assets that are going to be functioning on cards. We know we saw a hold up for YRX to be launched in the United States. So if we have that again happen continually, it's going to be we're going to be putting off the barrier of entry for a little while until that comes through and until that makes sense. So cheers. That really means that we'll just be waiting for more basically cards, ease of use, ease of barrier of entry. Whoa, thank you so much, XRP Elite. My man. No, you the man, dude. XRP Elite, you the man. I appreciate it a lot, dude. That's a sweet super chat. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much, man. So thank you for putting this article up, too. I really appreciate it. And wow, thank you so much for the super chat. Cheers, dude. That means a lot. I'm super far behind on the comments. I'm trying to catch up. Let's see. Woot. That breakdown made it depressing. I hope you're not talking to me. I'm trying to be positive. It's like a financial disclaimer. Past performance is not an indicator of future performance. Exactly. Totally true. I'm holding for 2.5 years now, and I will hold for another 2.5 years. I agree that sounds like a really strong ethos, a really strong outlook for where we're headed. So cheers. Good on you. Good on you, man. Bones, what coins are you diversified into? Someone wants to know about your portfolio, Bones. Sean Schaefer says, exactly. Until the USA institutions bring regulated true data representation of on-chain true volumes, we could be misled. So Sean Schaefer, I think, is cheering and kind of like putting context around what we were discussing as maybe the split market for split ledgers and what that would mean for the price. And I think that he's 100% right that we, again, need to at least respect the fact that for ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange, and for the NYSE to start taking the space seriously, they themselves will need to see clear metrics that really are not falsified data. So, and data is so important too. You got to recognize that there's a lot of possibilities of control by controlling data. So cheers. Snowman, thank you so much for chiming in and saying, for joining the chat. I'm going to read what you said. I don't even know what this is. To all those in this chat who like the metrics of cryptocurrency, you should take the time today to follow up on the quote QAnon movement. Everyone needs to wake up. Anon trying to save America. Spread the word. So cheers, Snowman. I appreciate that. I definitely will look at that as well. Let's see what's happening with that. Are you talking about Q? Are you talking about the Q coin? I've looked at that a little bit. And definitely they have their marketing on point. That's for sure. U.S. has to hurry else they are left behind. I think the U.S. is in a unique spot. The U.S. is in a very unique place to where they potentially can take as long as they want, dragging their feet, unless they lose the soft power of the reserve status currency. If we lose the reserve status currency and the soft power of the dollar, then maybe they should expedite their they should step it up. They should put a fire under their arse. But until then, I don't think we will see much change. I think especially because they recognize they're in a very unique seat to set precedent. And I know that other corridors could go on. We talk about that, how this is such a big global network that we don't need the U.S. necessarily to put clarity out for other corridors to go live. But there's a tipping point or a threshold or a catalyst of recognizing how much they do kind of it's like a nod of the hat that they'll give to the rest of the world, like this is happening and we're jumping on board. So yeah, we do kind of need that to happen. That would be great. Anthony Jackson says, I strongly believe that thinking is only valid if you're American. The U.S. is not the only economy in the world. Yeah, so totally, just like I was kind of putting some information around, that's totally true. I think that there's a lot of people in America are super insular. Like if you're not an American and you're watching the stream, I appreciate you. Cheers, worldwide, Kungfu Nerd Army worldwide. But especially I remember a few years back, like a decade back, I think that America was excluded from like participating in one of the world writing challenges, basically because they were so insular. They literally excluded all of the contestants from America because we have such an isolated existence over here. They were like, no, you guys don't even know what's going on. Get out of here. Man, I need to get this fixed so I can know when this is happening.
Where is my freaking XRP moon?
Right,
lol, let's get pumped up.
I don't know when it was reading that. Thank you so much, XRP Elite. I really, really, really appreciate the super chats, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. Where is freaking XRP moon? Let's get pumped up, bro. You should just tell me, man. I got this moon key. I got your moon key right here. XRP moon. Oh no, the key has to work when I hit it, or else it's not as fun. XRP moon. XRP moon. XRP. And if you guys watched the edit last night, you noticed I brought back XRP Moon. It was in my edit last night, and the edit today. If you haven't watched it, the Ripple partners and discussion, I put the XRP Moon key back in there because it's time. It's time, fam. It's time for XRP Moon. XRP Moon. XRP. And I'll try to figure out how to get it so I know whenever the super chat reading the text to you guys is a super fun function. I really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to make it so I can hear. I can't hear any of the sound right now from the stream because I haven't had time to fix that yet. I'll make sure I'm not talking over the super chat robot voice because I think that's a really fun function. So I appreciate it, dude. I really appreciate it. XRP Elite, you my boy. I see what's up. No one actually knows anything, says Jack Levy. I agree with that. A lot of speculation out here. Sean Schaefer says, in the Schwartz interview, he was describing how they pushed the ledger to its limits to see what XRPL can handle. So yeah, they're doing stress testing for sure. Stress testing the network is important for launching something, kind of like we were talking about, in the zoo the other day. Looking at, like, I was kind of challenging some of the ideas around anybody having any really specific knowledge about insider information, because again, there's so many moving metrics. Looking at launching something, like we talked about a flying car as an analogy for this in the zoo chat. If you're building a flying car, there's a likelihood that you're going to have some hiccups and some holdups along the way because it's the first time you've ever tried to launch a flying car. So there might be a holdup. There might be some changes that no one really knows about. So yeah, definitely important to recognize that there's a lot of speculation and that we don't really know exactly what this flying car will look like when it launches. So cheers. That's good thoughts. Luxy, I don't use USD. I'm Canadian. We are too tied right now to the USD, but Let Trump keep doing what he's doing, and it should change. Russia, China, Italy on their way. Yeah, so that's one of the big things that's happening on the world stage right now. That's one of the things happening on the world stage is that basically people are starting to kind of like get tired of the global reserve status of the US dollar. And I think that shift is going to happen naturally towards obviously something that's more beneficial worldwide, setting the world stage for equality. I don't know exactly what that looks like or what's happening with that. So cheers. Hard to say. Did you hear the news? I don't know what news you're talking about. Oh, I wanted to do a video about that. Mishi, someone told me about that the other day, about this kidnapping and the ransom with crypto. I actually wanted to do a full edit about that. So thank you for reminding me. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I do like that idea. So cheers. Thank you so much. What's up with CP? What's up, CP? Kungfu, do you still pay attention to Sonam at all? I actually still hold a lot of Sonam. And I thought about the other day, like, is this going to happen at all? I'm not trying to, like, shout out Sonam because I'm not really sure how small that company is and, like, how integral they'll be to anything, really, especially with Amazon and Google offering their own solutions similar to that. But I will recognize that there was a time when I had a lot more enthusiasm about that project than I do right now. In fact, a lot of projects I was really enthusiastic about until I started to recognize how quickly XRP could kind of usurp that use case very easily. They could swallow that use case for a lot of these tokens. And so I kind of started to like pull away from all these different token specific protocols. And I started to look at like, what's the bigger picture? Like, what's the ecosystem going to look like and what tokens function on the ecosystem? So cheers. Yo, Great Pate, I know you're doing, I know you're a Great Pate. I really appreciate you and you're a solid mod, but please don't time out Snowman. I like Snowman. He can say whatever he wants. Cheers. Have you done a video about keeping safe from our newfound wealth if we need it? That's a good idea too. Mishi, XRP, where are you at, man? Are you a girl or a guy? I have no idea. That doesn't matter. I definitely need you to keep suggesting video ideas because those are both really good. What was that one? Have you done a video about keeping safe our newfound wealth? I'm going to take a screenshot of that, and I'll talk about that. I'll put a video up if I can about that. And what else did you talk about? Oh, the kidnappers. So cheers. Both of those are kind of interesting concepts or interesting things. Jellyfire says she just got her invite to Coil. So yeah, guys, if you were asking about Coil earlier and you're wondering where your invite is, you should definitely check your inbox or check out your spam box and see if it's got hidden away or something. What is up, Light Yugimi? Good to see you. What is up? Oh man, I think I'm finally catching up at the bottom of the chat. Let's see what we got here. Thank you for reporting facts and having intelligent discussion. The stream has dialogue and perspective, not silly riddles. Thank you so much, David D, for showing up and showing your support. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you all being here. It means a lot. I'm going to make sure we didn't miss anything because there was a couple things I brought up as well today. Let's see. I was going to look at maybe David Schwartz defends XRP after Kraken statements. I think this is kind of just like a little bit of a filler, and we didn't really need to fill it. We had a lot of good questions and comments today. So cheers. Ripple price analysis, bullish Ripple company makes strides. I think we covered this kind of in the video in the description, the 200 partners being brought on and what that looks like for the price. So if you guys want to know more about this, this is something that we covered in that video, and they're just referencing the $2 trillion business in 2020 and what that means and what that looks like. So cheers. That's a good little run through right there. One of the richest men on earth backs Bitcoin and crypto plus Ripple, XRP, Tron, Stellar, Ethereum, Litecoin, VeChain, IOTA. Well, they're just trying to hit trying to hit every keyword they can. Richest men on earth backs Bitcoin. Who is that? What are they talking about? The 23rd richest man in the world is investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency platform backed. Okay, so Hong Kong billionaire Li Ka-shing invested in the upcoming cryptocurrency exchange, which is backed by the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange through his venture capital firm Horizon Ventures. According to the yearly billionaires list published by Forbes, Li Ka-shing is worth about $34 billion. So he could pretty much create a tidal wave of FOMO on his own, is what it sounds like. He's invested specifically into the backed platform, but again, I would not put it past anyone at this point to start. Someone could tune into my stream. Someone could tune into TMI or Alex Cobb and like look around and think like, wow, actually these guys might be onto something, and I have an extra billion or two. I'll throw it into a couple coins. And this is one of the things that kind of trips people out. Whenever I used to work in the service industry, I was bartending and driving for Lyft back in the day a lot more. And, you know, one of the things that was interesting is that I started getting tips because Austin has these big events and people that have a lot of money come through, and if you get like a $5 tip, or if someone tips you $5, you're like, oh, that's cool, thank you so much, I really appreciate it, etc., etc. And someone throws you a $500 tip, you're like, whoa, oh my goodness, what happened? But the reality is that to that person, like when you make more money, you tip out $500, or you throw $100 around like other people throw $10 or $5 around. And so thinking about the percentage of people in these higher tiers of wealth that are starting to become a little more aware of the conversation and maybe have a little bit more trust about this future and where we're headed, you can see maybe bigger movements and FOMO happening as some of them come into the market. And you know, like when my friend when my friend the other day was talking about like, I forget what exactly he was mentioning, but I told him like, yeah, that my biggest tip was like over $500. Someone handed me $500 in cash without a second thought one time, and it blew me away. It was the first time someone had given me that much money just as a gesture, of appreciation. You know, it blew me away. But I started looking at it and thinking about it as it happened more, and I was realizing like that $500 could be the equivalent of you tipping someone 50 cents, or I don't know what your income bracket is. I don't know where anyone's socioeconomic position is out here. That's fine. And this is a judgment-free space, okay? This is a judgment-free space, guys, all right? First off, but just got to recognize that, like, if you have $34 billion, you could probably throw $1 billion around pretty easy. So cheers. It's possible. We're pretty much coming up to the what looks like, I don't know how long have we been on stream? An hour, a little over an hour. And I know Alex Cobb is coming on in a little bit, so I'm gonna bounce out of here. It's good to see all you guys. It's good to be back. It's good to be feeling good. Good to be dropping edits again, getting back into the flow of things. This is kind of how we're gonna do it now. I'm gonna put up edits. We did have that fun edit yesterday, the MGTOW edit's kind of funny. Some people enjoyed it, some people didn't. That's fine. And the 200 partner video, they're both in the description. So if you guys haven't checked that out, go and check it out. Yo, XRP Elite, it's Chris, by the way. What's up, dude? Cheers, man. I didn't know it was you because you rebranded. That's good to see you, man. Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate it. Cheers, brother. Let's see. What's up, Kung Fu? Long time no see. I was away. I think a lot of us are away for a minute, and it's good to be back. I had a lot of stuff I was doing, personal stuff I had to deal with, and I'm happy to be back, feeling good in the spot. We're gonna bounce out of here, and I'm gonna be back live tomorrow about the same time, so you guys know what's up. Same time, same place, and I love you guys. You guys are all beautiful and amazing. I'm basically looking at the right after Diane Moon, Hotkey, and Rockets. What's up, Chris? El Brando. What's up? Carolyn Crypto, thank you so much. Atlas, Jessica Perry, Hi Fu, and I'm gonna go to something clever. Kaching, kaching, kaching. I like that. That's good. Sean Schaefer, cheers. I didn't see your comment. My Schwartz comment, I was saying that he stated that there is a separate test ledger to test scenarios. Interesting. Okay, that sounds great. I do not know about that. Definitely I'll look into that, or send me that information about the separate test ledger. Again, if it was a separate test ledger, then they probably had to create a whole standalone ledger. It's not going to be split onto XRPL, like I said. So if they did create a separate test ledger, what's the incentive of coming back to the public ledger? Again, David is super smart, and I highly respect his opinion, but they're going to do what benefits the ecosystem as well. So as much as that could be apparent and cut and dry, maybe it's not. Maybe there's discussions and changes as to what's happening, but we'll keep everyone informed. We'll do the good stuff. I think that's about it at the bottom here. I'm almost caught up. If I didn't get to your comments and I didn't get to answer your questions, then cheers. We'll be back tomorrow to do more discussions about this. I appreciate you guys all. You're beautiful and amazing. So good to see you all. So good to be back. And thank you so much, XRP Elite Chris. You are the man for all the super chats. Cheers, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Remember, drink some water. Do something nice for yourself. You're beautiful and amazing just how you are. Have a great day until I see you next time.
Brought to you by your team.
No. No.